What's up, horse racing fans? Welcome to another episode of the Inside Post. This episode, we are giving you a long shot or two picks for the Belmont Stakes at Saratoga, or the Belatoga Stakes. Looking through the field here of 10 horses on the card for race 12 grade 1 Belmont Stakes. Going a mile and a quarter, shortening it up because we're running it at Saratoga. Possibly chances of a muddy track. Winner gets $2 million. Let's look at the price horse in here that could spoil the day for a couple of the favorites in Sierra Leone and Mindframe. Okay, so if you like Seize the Gray at 8-1, or if you didn't bet him at 9-1 when he won the Preakness, possibility of being a toss in here just because a horse coming off of no rest whatsoever. Did like the Preakness of a 100 speed figure. However, only 2 times has it been done where the horse has wired the field. I believe it was like 1978, possibly the last time it has happened. So Seize the Gray may have to sit off the pace a little bit if he does not believe in history, just because pace usually plays a big role into things. Antiquarian right now is the long shot inside play of the day. Looking at this horse, currently 12-1, we have John Velasquez, Todd Pletcher, Centennial Farms owned. Preservationist is the sire with Arch on top. $250,000 purchase in here at the Keeneland September sale. Looking back through history, look what Arcangelo did last year coming out of the Peter Pan. Winning of that, so kind of following in those footsteps, is Antiquarian picking up a win there over the Wine Steward and Protective. Pletcher does have another horse in here. Antiquarian is probably the second best horse that he's got. Maybe even the third best. Protective kind of looks a little sneaky. But Antiquarian's going to have to back it up. A horse that seems to be getting better. And I think a lot of this other money is going to go on the other Pletcher in Mindframe and obviously Sierra Leone. Mystic Dan's going to take some money. Seize the Gray may even take some money as well. Antiquarian sitting at 12-1. This horse possibility goes off about 15-1. And if you look, horse is coming off some rest and is fairly lightly raced. This will be the 5th start for this horse. And possibly could have been set up on the Derby trail in the Louisiana Derby, breaks through the gate, just kind of got himself worked up in there. So figured things out in the Peter Pan, fired back and was bumped at the start and still able to win by, I believe it was like 3/4 of a length. So we'll see if this one's sitting on its best race. Definitely going to be going a little bit longer, or the distance should not be an issue for the horse. I like Johnny Velasquez sticking on the mount here. Again, was beat out by Catching Freedom and Honor Marie in the Louisiana Derby. That again broke through the gate and was just kind of all sorts or out of sorts. Has yet to race at Saratoga like some of these other horses that have also raced at Saratoga, but one that is improving, and that's usually what you look for, especially on a price horse, especially in the big races. Has a win on the slop, going a mile and a 16th. That was at Fairgrounds. Posted an 89.80 speed figure. A horse that's going to sit off the pace, does have some early speed to be able to stay close to some of the early runners in here, which usually sets up well for a type of Belmont Stakes run. However, being at Saratoga, things, change, weather, all of that could change completely. But if you look back at the maiden, $65,000 is where the horse broke its maiden. Beat out Cornishman, who ended up being a really good horse. Conquest Warrior in the first maiden attempt was beat out, going a mile. So the familiarity with the off track is a huge plus. The familiarity, getting better as a data point for us handicapping is something to take note of. Again, looking back last year, if we're playing by the numbers kind of stuff, Archangel kind of coming out of that same setup, the Peter Pan, Antiquarian, same thing. Just like, when we always bet the other Baffert or the other Chad Browns or the Brad Coxes. Here's the other Pletcher that is worth a little bit better of a value at 12-1, coming off of a big win in the Peter Pan. And one more price play in here is probably Resilience. Interesting. Mott put this horse in here last, at the very last minute. The horse took a lot of money, or was kind of like the talk horse of the Kentucky Derby. Coming out of the wood, that was kind of weak, and then people just kind of forgot about the horse. But ran a pretty good 6th in there for having some trouble, I guess, at the start, 3 wide, then was out in the 6th path, and then kind of ran up to 2nd and then faded back a little bit to 6th. So one that we will see if it's kind of getting better with age. 10-1 right now is okay. This one's probably going to be a little bit higher, probably a lot higher, probably going to be way higher than Antiquarian is for sure. But one interesting enough, just because the connections kind of last minute through this one in here. But definitely big price. Antiquarian right now is our long shot play. Just looks to be the best value, the best one in the form right now. However, we'll have to beat the other Pletcher and Sierra Leone, who both look phenomenal coming in. So make sure to like, subscribe. We will be putting out our full Belmont Stakes Saturday card as well, with a little bit better of how to bet it and what to look for on the other races in our pick 4, pick 5 tickets. But long shot play of the Belmont Stakes, Antiquarian, setting up for a great Saturday of racing. Thanks for watching.